and spills of your holiday guests. Whichever floor you choose will be backed by reputable manufacturers and installed with expert care. Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors and More, 127 West Market Street, Princeton, and get the best gift under the tree.
Here's your lineup for Monday through Thursday at the Capitol Cinema, Main Street, here in Princeton, your hometown theater, and in Cinema One. We've got Ralph Breaks the Internet, PG. It shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. Of course, all our shows are Monday through Thursday at 6:30 during the weekdays, unless there's something special going on, holiday or school out. In Cinema 2, Dr. Seuss, The Grinch. It's a 1 hour and 50-minute movie, and it shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. And in Cinema 3, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. It shows at 6:30 Monday through Thursday. Coming Friday, we expect to get Instant Family, PG-13, great Christmas time family movie starring Mark Wahlberg. We expect that on Friday. That's our lineup. And if you've forgotten all that, don't forget our 24-hour show info number, 365-7900, or just Google us and ask for Capitol Cinemas, Princeton, Kentucky.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Good morning. Time is 8:16, and we are joined this morning from somebody from the Extension office. Good morning.
Good morning. Shane Bogle. I'm the Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources, and we've got some weird things to talk about this morning.
Okay.
Did you know ticks were still active this time of year?
Well, I did, but probably not to the extent that you're about to tell me.
Well, we do have a fairly new tick. The blackleg tick is not widely distributed through all of Kentucky yet, but we are seeing a lot more of that, and that is the main vector of Lyme's disease. We are seeing a lot more cases in Kentucky of Lyme disease. You're hearing about it a lot more often than we ever did. And the blackleg tick is the primary vector of that. And they are active all winter long in Kentucky. We just don't have enough super cold weather to keep them inactive. And right now I found 2 on the dog just yesterday. What gave me the idea for this show. And the tick has a wide host range, all kinds of large and small wildlife, and especially our pets that are indoor, outdoor, that come in and out will definitely be having those this time of year. So treatment, a lot of people kind of give up on pet treatment this time of year with Frontline or whatever because, hey, it's wintertime, they're going away. Well, not the case with the blackleg tick. And it is fairly widely distributed in Kentucky now. And if folks are still, there's some counties that have not been identified as officially having those. So if you find one and it doesn't look like the normal tick that you normally see, submit that to your extension office so we can get that added to the list. We can get it positively ID'd for you because they are keeping up with the distribution pattern of that. The Kentucky Fish and Wildlife off of deer and some of the animals that they trap and are tracking is where they have found these. So historically, incidence of Lyme disease in Kentucky has historically been very low, but we're seeing more and more, and this blackleg tick is definitely the vector of that. So these are cold hardy and active when temperatures are anywhere above freezing. So 33 degrees, they're happy. They're going to be actively moving around. The females has long mouth parts and distinctive orange and red body with a dark plate on the back. And the smaller male has a completely dark back and legs. So if you're seeing something like that on pets right now, you need to be treating and making sure you're protecting your pets from that because Lyme disease is not fun. If we're finding them on us, the chances of that are a lot higher. So look for that tick being active this time of year, plumb now till spring.
Okay, I have so many questions.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I guess I didn't realize that they had other colors other than black legs.
Yes.
So regular ticks don't have black legs?
Well, we have the Lone Star tick. We have what a lot of people call the deer tick, which is the very small thing, and we have the just regular dog tick. All of them have different patterns, different color patterns, but this one, why they named it the black leg tick, I'm not really sure, but I've got a nice publication that's available through Extension Office that's got pictures of all of these stages, all the life stages of it that folks are welcome to have. You can download it on the internet through UK's website that can help you identify those. And like I said, if there's a question and you want it ID'd, bring it to the extension office. We'll get it positively ID'd for you.
So I guess, and I don't really know the difference in many of them. I guess my experiences have been, if it's really small, it's what we call the deer tick, and otherwise it's a tick.
Well,
I
that's the way a lot of people do treat that. That's the way, there's really nothing wrong with that, other than knowing that this version has a more likelihood of transmitting that Lyme's disease than a lot of our others that.
See, I guess I always just assume if I find one on me, there's a chance I'm going to get it. It doesn't matter. I mean, unless I did know the little one, the little bitty ones don't. But I thought all the others did, so I don't.
And the little ones that we see a lot of
know.
times are an immature version of some of the larger ones. It's just the timing of the year sometimes that we're seeing the small ones and learning the life cycle of a tick. It's kind of interesting, and we're not going to get into that today, but there's different stages of that throughout the year at different times. Different generations are going at the same time. So some of the small ones we find are just immature versions of our larger ones that we have trouble with, that we see on a dog or whatever. So just be watching for those all winter long. Don't let your guard down with your pets and yourself. DEET can be applied to your skin clothing. Folks that's out hunting this time of year, it's a good idea to go ahead and treat, and try to ward them off.
Right. So that was my next question. Of course, I don't hunt, but I ride.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I go on a ride, I pick, 1,000 ticks off at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But how do I've done the bug spray. I've done the, the homemade versions. I've done everything. And I can't keep them off.
Well, in different times of the year, especially in the times of the year that we like to be out riding, when it's pretty weather and warm weather, there's just so many. And some folks are just more, I know horses, I've had horses off and on all my life. I had 4 horses at one time, and only one of them ticks bothered.
Really?
Just had a skin type that they really liked, was more attracted to. And, we're dealing with a repellent, not completely expelling them from us. The only way to do that is not be in the woods. But anything containing DEET, Percodine can be applied directly to the skin. Clothing treatments with permethrin, which was your homemade deal, seems to work a little bit better. And what a lot of folks do, and our publications recommend, is treat your clothes the day before, where it has time to dry, where it doesn't come in as much contact with your skin helps. And then having your pants where they can't get up in between, either taping them or stuffing them down in the boots, whatever. And of course, any of our impregnated chemical collars for our animals also would help. I really like the Frontline type products that we put on. They seem to have longer control and a little bit better control, because I don't know about your pets, but a collar don't last long on my dog. He can come out of it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't even try.
So just the main take-home message today is just be aware that they are out there and be watching for them. You don't want them to get attached and start to do their thing before you know they're around.
You mentioned taping your pants or stuffing them in your boots or whatever. So in my experience, ticks get in places that I don't think they should have been able to get into. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how they get into those places.
Well, they're very patient, and they will move to the areas of the skin that's more suitable to them. Mm-hmm. And if it takes them 6 hours to do it, 4 hours to do it, that's what they're going to do. So they may be crawling around there for a long time before they find the spot to. And 9 times out of 10, we don't feel it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if I do feel them sometimes, and,
the
they're off
ones.
of me immediately.
Yeah.
But the ones that I don't feel are the ones I'm picking off at the end of the day. So with Lyme disease, excuse me, as you said, it is more, it seems like I can name 4 people that I know that have it, just in the last year. And how do we get that? Like, how do we prevent, once the tick has attached, how do we prevent?
Well, there's a couple of ways within that publication that I did not bring today that helps on safe removal, because a lot of times when people reach, grab, pinch, and pull, they expel, as they're being pulled off, they expel the secretions inside that carries that. So they're recommending is not pulling them off and letting them attach themselves, either smothering where they have to let go. There's there's 100 different
Methods.
home remedies and things, and that publication, I didn't bring that today, that explains that, but it will tell you the best way to remove them if they are attached, to do less. Some people are so much more susceptible to, it itches and there'll be a red spot there for weeks, and some people, I pulled, no problem, I'm on about my business. So it's definitely our skin type of how we're going to differently react to that. So, like I said, I do not have that publication, but our main tick publication on the UK website, if you type in UK, University of Kentucky ticks, that website, there's a nice publication that tells best ways to remove those once they are attached.
I'll have to look at that. So for me, I'm one of those people, and I'm sure that I'm not the only person that is going to say this. Once I realize it's on me, I can't do the patient way
Most people
I'm getting
don't.
it off.
Yeah.
It needs to be off now.
Yeah, definitely. I understand. I'm kind of the same way.
So since today is below freezing, and you mentioned that's your kind of weather, we don't need to worry about the ticks, right?
This morning, they're not out actively moving, but if they are already on a pet, that pet's a lot warmer than freezing. So that's where they are now. They're on some kind of host somewhere, surviving. And so when it warms up, they'll either leave the host that they're on, looking for another one, looking for their next one on the warmer days that's above 32 degrees.
Okay. I'm sure we could talk about ticks all day.
Well, let's talk about something a little bit more positive.
Let's do that.
We have a very nice Caldwell County 4-H Ag Appreciation Calendars for the first time. Have you seen one of these yet?
I have not.
Oh, these are very, very nice. This is a fundraiser for our 4-H, and this calendar has farms in the area, a nice whole page at the top of the calendar telling the history of some of our local farms.
Rhonda Jewell was in here, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
I
and
believe,
I
she
don't
was
think they were
talking
here
about that.
yet.
Yeah,
and
I think they were, but she forgot to bring it because she said, I need to bring you all one of those.
yes, and this one, I would definitely going to leave this for you, but all of these very nice calendar. We've got a lot of the stuff talking about different 4-H events that's going on in the year, and nice color images of some of our local farms, Meadowview Farms, and
that's a nice picture.
That is a very nice picture. We've got Bennett Farms there in Fredonia, S&S Gilvey in Fredonia, Cook Farms here in Caldwell County outside of Princeton, Lively H Farms, and what I like down here, there's a nice little blurb that explains what the farming operations do, from their cattle operations to whatever, a nice little bio of each of those farms. And these calendars are available. They are for sale at the Extension office. And again, this is a fundraiser for 4-H. And these calendars are $10 each or 2 for $15. So I already got one of these hanging up in my office for next year. It's very nice. Got a lot of 4-H action pictures. My boy even made the cover of that with shooting his trap gun at one of our competitions. So if you're interested in that, having that, it's a nice local thing, showcasing our local farms, and come out, support that, buy one of these or buy a couple, give them away as Christmas gifts. But you can come to the Extension office. Those are for sale. Again, that is $10 each or 2 for $15.
And where is the Extension office located?
We're on 62 West before you get to Treehouse and Walmart on the left. Can't miss us. Look for the flashing sign at the road.
Flashing sign for the Extension office.
Well, we've got one of the digital road signs that keeps events that's coming posted. So most people say, oh, yeah, you're the place with the sign. So most people are definitely aware that that's there. So come out if you're interested in that calendar and any other information that we have. You can come to the Extension office. The last thing for today, December the 13th will be our last yearly Caldwell Line Cattlemen's Association meeting. Will be at 6:30 at the Caldwell County Extension office. And our next show, we're going to be talking about our CAPE money. Phase 1 tobacco settlement money that we'll be releasing in the county at the first of the year. We'll be talking with our Cattlemen's Association is who sponsors that. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that at the Cattlemen's meeting on the 13th there at the office. And afterward, we will do a beef quality assurance training for any of our beef producers that are certification is expiring on the safe handling and vaccines for cattle. We'll have one of those classes at the completion of the Cattlemen's business meeting, and that will get folks that are getting ready to apply for this CAPE money. That is a prerequisite if they're beef farmers that they have that beef quality assurance certification to qualify for the money. So we'll go ahead, and anybody that's wants to go ahead and get that knocked out of the way for next year, we will have beef quality assurance training after the cattlemen's meeting. And cattlemen's meeting will start at 6:30, and as soon as that's over, we'll go into that about an hour for the training. We're going to get our beef producers that need certification ready to go for next year.
Okay, now we're kind of glazing over this. Are you saying CAPE, like Superman Cape?
County Agriculture Investment Programs, CAIP.
Okay.
And that most folks around here have, we've had this now, I guess is 16 or 17 years that this money, it's settlement funds from the burley industry back to the states or back to Kentucky, and depending on the burley production at that time, each county got so much of that settlement money to distribute back in cost shares to help farmers.
And burley, that was tobacco?
Burley tobacco, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and Caldwell County, we do have about $93,000 that's going to be allocated $2,500 at a time. And like I said, we're going to do a whole show on that first part of January. When we come back after the first of the year, we might bring one of our administrators from the Cattlemen's Association that day and talk about it. Because the middle of January is when we'll be releasing that money, releasing that program for applications, and get everybody the information they need.
Okay. And in the meantime, if they want to look into that, they can...
Yes, and I just met with, I've met with 2 people already this week that are fairly new producers that are just kind of getting into farming. They've heard about it, come in, and we've got plenty of information now. All the dates are set, so I can give a lot of information. Call the Extension office. We'd be glad to explain what's going on.
And the number to call?
270-365-2787.
And they would talk to you?
They'll talk to me, yes.
Okay. Again, we're talking to Shane Bogle. We're going to take a quick break, Shane, and then we're going to just go over a couple more things. We'll be right back.
Yo, we driving, we living our best life and my car smells fresh.
Yeah,
but we
boy.
weren't always thriving, it was you, girl.
Told you so.
Who pointed out that smell? Right. Now it's all fun, the odor's gone. Febreze car works so well, come on, keep driving, let's go.
Oh boy, your car smells
Febreze
nice.
car, yeah, let's go. That's right. No more odors in my ride now, let's go.
Oh yeah, we made it so nice.
Febreze car, keep riding, let's go. And now the world can say,
Breathe happy Febreze.
la 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 la.
You check things all the time, like your email every 10 seconds, or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Well, Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores to everyone for free, even if you're not a customer. And checking your score won't hurt your credit. We call it the Discover Credit Scorecard. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Check your credit, compare your card. Go to discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Partly sunny skies today. High is only going to be 38 today. A 20% chance of rain overnight, with overnight temperatures rising to 39. A 20% chance of rain, but it is going to be warmer tomorrow, 52 tomorrow. Scattered showers continue tomorrow night, with mostly cloudy skies and a low around 47. Today's forecast again is calling for partly sunny skies with a high near 38.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Penny Rowell Home Medical.
U-Ride in Princeton is proud to sponsor the Sideline Report each Thursday on your hometown radio station, WPKY The Tiger. Go on out to U-Ride on Marion Road, ask for Dave's Deal of the Week. It's usually the Spotlight Vehicle of the Week, and it's waiting for you at U-Ride. Dave Harden is the sales manager at U-Ride. Go on out and ask to test drive Dave's Deal of the Week. It's at U-Ride on Marion Road in Princeton. Give them a call at 270-365-3018. U-Ride of Princeton.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness. Hancock's makes their own fresh chicken salad, pimento cheese, salads, and a variety of mouthwatering desserts, sure to please your entire family. While at Hancock's, be sure to visit their meat department for the best selection of USDA choice meats in the area. Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Cadiz, hometown homemade goodness, and the Hancock name you know and trust for quality for your family. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz.
1580 103.3 WPKY. We have been talking this morning to Shane Bogle from the Extension office, and he was telling us about ticks. Mm-hmm. Tell us one more time the temperatures that we still have to worry about ticks.
Anything above 32.
Okay. So the heat doesn't kill them either, huh?
Nope.
And does the cold even kill them, or just makes them?
It makes
hide?
them dormant. Of course, their life cycle doesn't matter. It's not dependent on temperature for their life cycle. So we're going to have different generations at different times, and the ones we're dealing with right now are definitely adults, and their bodies just slow down, and they just kind of hang out until suitable temperature and a suitable host comes by.
Is there anything that is being done to control the tick population?
Well, our recommendation is to keep them off of us. We have, in that publication, definitely have a good section on for homeowners, foliage around, making sure you have good sanitation and foliage not up against your house, and that you're brushing by foliage, because a tick operates on vibrations. So if there is a stock trail or an animal trail that deer or coons or dogs are using constantly, they are attracted to those areas. And that is also true with us around homes. If I live in the woods, and we deal with ticks all year round because kids was out in the yards, animals running around, so they're more attracted. The further away from nature we get, pushing that back from landscape to whatever, good sanitation, good lawn mowing. I have seen lawns so infested that they had to be sprayed, that they've got a lot of movement. They're coming out of a field, coming out of woods. So those kind of things that we can do, but as long as we've got animals, we have wild areas, we're going to have ticks.
Okay. All right. And we also talked about your calendars. Tell us again how much those are and how somebody could go about getting one.
Yes, come to the Extension office. They will actually be available some more places in the county. Some businesses are going to have a few of those for sale for us. I'm not sure where all those are, but right now the Extension office has those. They're $10 a piece, or 2 for $15. Would make great Christmas gifts. And again, we was looking at the pictures during the break. Just a nice bio and seeing what's going on in agriculture in Kentucky of these family-owned farms.
All right, Shane, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us this morning. We appreciate having you. Shane Bogle from your Caldwell County Extension office. Good morning. Time is 8:37. We've got another guest coming up, so stay tuned.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Partly sunny skies today. High is only going to be 38 today. A 20% chance of rain overnight, with overnight temperatures rising to 39. A 20% chance of rain, but it is going to be warmer tomorrow, 52 tomorrow. Scattered showers continue tomorrow night with mostly cloudy skies and a low around 47. Today's forecast again.